Hello, everyone. Welcome to Learn English by Stories. Today we will learn about the life of Ali Khamenei. He was one of the most important political leaders in Iran. Khamenei became the supreme leader of Iran in 1989 and held this position for many years. In Iran, the supreme leader is the most powerful person in the country. He has strong control over the military, the government, and major national decisions. In this video, we will explore his life, his political journey, his years in power, and his influence on Iran and the world. Now, let's begin his story. Part 1. Early Life and Family. Ali Khamenei was born on April 19, 1939, in the city of Mashhad, Iran. Mashhad is one of the most important religious cities in the country. Many Muslims visit this city every year. It is also a center of religious learning and culture. Khamenei was born into a Shiite Muslim family. His family was very religious and respected in their community. His father, Syed Javad Khamenei, was an Islamic scholar and a cleric. He spent his life teaching religion and helping people understand Islamic law and beliefs. Even though his father was respected, the family was not rich. In fact, they lived a simple life. Their home was small, and they did not have many possessions. Khamenei later said that his childhood was modest. However, his parents believed strongly in education and religious values. From a very young age, Khamenei began to study the Quran. The Quran is the holy book of Islam. He also learned about Islamic traditions and religious law. These early lessons had a strong influence on his life. Religion became the center of his thinking and identity. When he was a teenager, Khamenei decided to study religion more deeply. He began formal religious education. First, he studied in Mashhad. Later, he moved to the city of Qom. Qom is one of the most important centers for Shiite religious studies in the world. In Qom, Khamenei studied at a religious school called a seminary. Many young men who want to become clerics study there. They learn about Islamic law, philosophy, history, and the Quran. The education is long and demanding. During his time in Qom, Khamenei met important teachers. One of the most influential people he met was Ruhollah Khomeini. At that time, Khomeini was already a well-known religious teacher. He was also becoming an important political voice in Iran. Khomeini spoke strongly against the government of the Shah, the King of Iran. He believed the government was too close to Western countries and did not respect Islamic values. Many young students listened carefully to his ideas. Khamenei was one of those students. He admired Khomeini and his courage. Over time, Khamenei became interested not only in religion but also in politics. He began to think about how religion and government should work together. These early experiences shaped his future. His religious education, his simple family life, and his contact with Khomeini all helped form his political beliefs. In the years ahead, these ideas would guide his actions and his path into Iran's political life. Part 2. Opposition to the Shah and the Iranian Revolution. Before 1979, Iran was ruled by King Mohammad Reza Shah Pahlavi. The Shah had strong control over the country. His government worked closely with Western nations, especially the United States. He wanted Iran to become more modern and more similar to Western countries. However, many people in Iran were unhappy with his rule. Some people believed the government had too much power. Others felt that the country was losing its religious and cultural traditions. There were also complaints about political repression and the lack of free speech. Religious leaders, students, and political activists began to speak out against the Shah. Among these voices was Ali Khamenei. As a young religious student, he believed that Iran should protect its Islamic identity. He also believed that the government should respect religious values. Khamenei became involved in activities that opposed the Shah's government. He gave speeches and shared ideas with other religious students. He also helped spread the messages of Ayatollah Ruhollah Khomeini, who had become a strong critic of the Shah. Because of these activities, the government saw Khamenei as a threat. He was arrested several times by the Shah's security forces. During these arrests, he was questioned and held in prison. Life in prison was difficult, but Khamenei continued to support the opposition movement. Even after his release, he continued his work. He stayed connected with other religious leaders and political activists. Many of them believed that Iran needed a major change in leadership. At the same time, Ayatollah Khomeini was living in exile outside Iran. From abroad, he continued to send messages to his supporters. These messages encouraged people to protest against the Shah's government. Khamenei helped share these ideas with people in Iran. During the late 1970s, protests against the Shah grew larger and more frequent. People from different groups joined the demonstrations. Students, workers, religious leaders, and ordinary citizens all demanded change. Finally, in 1979, the situation reached a turning point. Large protests spread across the country. The Shah left Iran, and the government collapsed. This historic event became known as the Iranian Revolution. After the revolution, Ayatollah Khomeini returned to Iran. A new political system was created. The country became the Islamic Republic of Iran. The new government was based on a mix of religion and politics. Ali Khamenei became an important supporter of the new system. Because of his work during the revolution, he gained trust from other leaders. Soon, he began to receive positions in the new government. These early roles marked the beginning of Khamenei's political career. In the years that followed, he would continue to rise in power inside the new Islamic Republic. Part 3. Presidency of Iran. In 1981, Ali Khamenei became the president of Iran. This happened during a very difficult time for the country. Iran was in the middle of a major war with Iraq. This conflict was called the Iran-Iraq War. The war began in 1980 and lasted for many years. The war created many problems for Iran. Many cities were attacked, and many soldiers and civilians lost their lives. The country also faced economic difficulties and international pressure. Because of these challenges, the government had to focus strongly on security and national defense. As president, Khamenei had an important role in leading the country during this difficult period. He worked closely with other government officials and military leaders. The government tried to organize the country's resources to support the war effort. During this time, many decisions were related to the military and national security. The government also encouraged people to support the war. Media and public speeches often spoke about unity, sacrifice, and protecting the country. Khamenei traveled to different parts of Iran to meet soldiers and citizens. These visits helped him show support for the people and the military. He also gave many speeches about national strength and religious values. However, even though he was president, Khamenei did not have the highest power in the country. In Iran's political system, the supreme leader has the greatest authority. At that time, the supreme leader was Ayatollah Ruhollah Khomeini. Khomeini had the final say on many important decisions. This included decisions about the military, the government, and national policy. Because of this system, the president worked under the leadership of the supreme leader. Even so, the position of president was still very important. The president managed many government activities and helped guide the country during difficult times. In 1985, Khamenei was elected president for a second term. This showed that many leaders in the government trusted his leadership. During his second term, the war with Iraq continued, and Iran still faced serious challenges. The government continued to focus on security, defense, and national unity. Leaders wanted to protect the country and maintain the new political system created after the revolution. Khamenei remained president until 1989. During these 8 years, he gained more political experience and built strong connections with other leaders in the government. His time as president helped prepare him for a much bigger role in the future. After the death of Ayatollah Khomeini, Iran needed a new supreme leader. Soon, Khamenei would move into the most powerful position in the country. Part 4. Becoming Supreme Leader. In 1989, a very important event happened in Iran. Ayatollah Ruhollah Khomeini, the supreme leader of Iran, passed away. His death created a major moment in the country's history. For many years, Khomeini had been the most powerful and respected leader in Iran. After his death, Iran needed a new supreme leader. This position is the highest authority in the country. The supreme leader has strong control over the military, the courts, and many national decisions. Because of this, choosing the next leader was very important. The responsibility for choosing the new supreme leader belonged to a group called the Assembly of Experts. This group is made up of religious scholars and clerics. Their job is to select and supervise the supreme leader. Soon after Khomeini's death, the Assembly of Experts met to discuss the future leadership of Iran. Several names were considered for the position. Among them was Ali Khamenei, who was serving as the president of Iran at that time. Finally, the assembly voted and chose Khamenei as the new supreme leader in 1989. This decision surprised many people. Some observers believed that Khamenei did not have the highest level of religious rank at that time. In the Shiite religious system, many clerics spend decades studying before reaching the highest titles. Because of this, some people thought another religious scholar might become the new leader. However, Khamenei had strong support from important political figures. Many leaders in the government believed he could protect the political system created by the revolution. His long relationship with Khomeini also helped build trust. Khamenei had supported Khomeini during the revolution and during the years after the Islamic Republic was created. After the decision, Khamenei accepted the role of supreme leader. His position as president soon ended, and he moved into the new role. As supreme leader, he now had authority over many key institutions in Iran. This included the armed forces, the national media, and important parts of the government. The supreme leader can also influence major political decisions and national policies. From that moment, Ali Khamenei became the most powerful person in Iran. His leadership would shape the country's politics, society, and foreign relations for many years to come. Part 5. Power, Policies, and Global Influence. After becoming supreme leader in 1989, Ali Khamenei gained great power in Iran. The supreme leader is the highest authority in the country. This position has influence over many important parts of the government. One of the most important powers is control over the military. The supreme leader is the commander of the armed forces. This includes the regular army and another powerful group called the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, often called the IRGC. Under Khamenei's leadership, the IRGC became stronger and more influential. The group played an important role in protecting the political system. Over time, it also gained influence in the economy and politics. The supreme leader also has influence over the judicial system. The courts and judges are an important part of the state. Through these institutions, the government can enforce laws and maintain order in the country. Khamenei also played a strong role in shaping Iran's foreign policy. Iran's relationship with some countries became tense during his leadership. In particular, relations with the United States and Israel were often difficult. Leaders in Iran often criticized the policies of these countries. At the same time, Western governments also criticized Iran's actions and political system. These disagreements created long periods of political tension. Another major issue during Khamenei's leadership was Iran's nuclear program. Iran said the program was for peaceful purposes such as energy and scientific research. However, some other countries worried that the program might lead to nuclear weapons. Because of these concerns, several Western countries placed economic sanctions on Iran. Sanctions are restrictions that limit trade and financial activity. These measures made it harder for Iran to sell oil and do business internationally. The sanctions created economic pressure on the country. Many people in Iran faced rising prices and economic difficulties. These challenges affected daily life for many families. At the same time, Iran tried to expand its influence in the Middle East. The government built relationships with different groups and governments in the region. These actions increased Iran's political and military presence in several countries. Inside Iran, there were also moments of public protest. Some citizens were unhappy with economic problems or political restrictions.